keep the motherfucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. The cops sent a message. I don't care what anybody say.
Terence Crawford's victory celebration in Omaha took an unexpected turn. Just hours after the city honored him with a parade and celebration for defeating Canelo Alvarez, he was pulled over by police early in the morning. Authorities say Crawford was driving a blue sedan at high speed around 1:27 a.m. When officers approached the vehicle, they reportedly spotted a firearm on the floorboard, prompting them to draw their weapons and order everyone out of the car for safety.
Stepping out. Seatbelt. Opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping motherfucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tim Bradley shared his thoughts on Terence Crawford's traffic stop, offering a perspective that struck a chord with many. He argued that what happened that night wasn't just a routine incident, but a message to remind Crawford that fame doesn't place anyone above the law. Bradley suggested that when someone reaches Crawford's level of success, certain forces feel compelled to humble them. He drew parallels to a familiar pattern in which moments of triumph are quickly followed by turbulence, as a society resists allowing pure celebration. For Bradley, the irony was clear. A night meant to honor a champion's hard-earned victory turned into one clouded by flashing police lights, tension, and questions about how fame and scrutiny often walk hand in hand.
I mean, Terence Crawford, he on the highest cloud, bro. His city. Let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. The cops sent a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops sent a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah. Before y'all start talking about my ceiling real quick, my roof, hey, it be raining and stuff. Hey, it's raining out, the clouds is out right now. You can see him in the background. I'm gonna go watch the damn car in a little bit once this rain stops. But anyways, back to the video. Oh, man, look. You ain't got no city until you got the police. That's a fact. Yeah. Shoot, you ain't got no city unless you got the police. Don't ever forget that. You gotta have the law enforcement on your side, man. They gotta be looking out for you. For the good. Not for the bad, for the good. Yeah. Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man. With this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parade shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see you.
Crawford's head of security recounted a chilling version of events from that night, describing how quickly things spiraled out of control. According to him, the officers seemed unusually tense, escalating what should have been a simple traffic stop into a frightening confrontation. Being ordered out of the car at gunpoint during what was meant to be a celebratory weekend left everyone shaken, fearing for their safety. He said the shift from calm to chaos happened in seconds, turning a night of victory into one of fear and confusion. Calling it one of the most unsettling moments of his career, he emphasized that what happened went far beyond routine enforcement. It became an unforgettable and deeply disturbing ordeal.
Who was in the passenger seat, the same man who rode on the float with Bud during Saturday's parade.
be a man who can receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that.
Qasim Shabazz is shaken up.
Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives.
Being the head of Terence Crawford's security, Shabazz has seen a lot, but nothing like this.
Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Early Sunday morning, Crawford and his team were leaving an after party following his parade. According to police, they pulled their vehicle over near 12th and Cass Streets for reckless driving. That's where things took a dark turn.
And as soon as he said he had a firearm, the police officer that was on his side became unhinged.
Police immediately drew their weapons, pointing a gun at Shabazz and the pound-for-pound champ.
I literally had my hands on top of the ceiling and inside of the vehicle.
According to police, an officer had identified a firearm on the floor of the vehicle.
According to official reports, police stopped Terence Crawford's vehicle on suspicion of reckless driving. During the stop, officers claimed to have spotted 2 firearms on the floorboard, escalating the situation and leading them to order everyone out of the car at gunpoint. Subsequent verification, however, revealed that both weapons were legally owned and fully registered. With no additional offenses discovered, Crawford was issued only a citation for reckless driving before being released. Although the matter was formally closed, many saw it as more than a routine stop. Critics argued that on the very day Omaha celebrated its champion, authorities sought to reassert their control. A reminder, they said, that even local heroes are not beyond the reach of power and public order.
With a parade, KETV Newswatch 7's Pete Cuddihy spoke with Mayor John Ewing, who requested that the Omaha Police Department conduct an internal investigation. And Pete, what did the mayor have to say?
Yeah, Julie, Mayor Ewing says that after such a great day yesterday, he was heartbroken hearing about the news of the traffic stop. That's why he reached out to Police Chief Todd Schmatter and Terence Crawford himself to find out what exactly happened at that traffic stop. Omaha Police released a statement saying that a car driven by Terence Crawford was stopped for driving recklessly around 1:30 in the morning on Cass Street. An officer confirmed that while Crawford was reaching to grab his information, the cop spotted a gun by Crawford's feet.
Andre Ward, one of boxing's most respected voices, offered a deeper perspective on the situation, noting that Terence Crawford has long faced attempts to diminish his legacy. Ward recalled how, even before the Canelo fight, critics tried to discredit Crawford's victories by claiming he merely won on points rather than through true dominance. He viewed this as a deliberate narrative meant to downplay Crawford's greatness and question his status among the elite. To Ward, the Omaha traffic stop wasn't an isolated incident, but part of a broader pattern. A champion constantly forced to defend his worth despite his proven excellence. Ward stressed that no outside efforts could erase Crawford's achievements or the respect he's earned through years of discipline and mastery.
They tried to bury Terence Crawford. They tried to ruin his reputation and say that he wasn't a draw when the numbers were there for you to see. When he went to MSG against guys that didn't have big names, or that were faded, like Amir Khan, and when he fought Kaviaskis, he did numbers. It was a smear campaign about his personality. He doesn't talk. Nobody wants to hear him. No, that you don't want to hear him. So you try to speak for the masses when the whole time you have a star right here. You got to learn how to talk to this man. Even as recent as his last fight, the fight before Canelo, the smear campaign continued. I don't hear the smear campaign now. Them voices got really, really quiet like they typically do when they get proven wrong. And they either try to jump on the wagon, I knew this kid was going to be that, or they get very, very quiet and they start to retreat back to wherever they came from and they don't have a lot to say. So I'm happy for this brother for that reason, because they tried to bury him, Roy. It didn't work. He overcame that. He said, give me my shot. I'm going to show you. And he kept doing it time and time again, and he did it again against Canelo Alvarez Saturday.
Commentators have suggested that deeper factors may have been at play beyond the official account of Terence Crawford's traffic stop. Some speculated that Omaha's leadership might have grown uneasy with the influence and admiration Crawford now commands in his hometown. His transformation from local fighter to global champion made him a symbol of pride and power within the community. Analysts propose that the incident could have served as a subtle reminder that authority in the city still rests with established institutions. They linked the episode to a broader truth. With fame comes scrutiny, and those who rise too high often face moments meant to test their composure, challenge their standing, or quietly reaffirm existing hierarchies.
This officer wanted to send a statement because he doesn't like the rise of the Black Messiah. He don't like to see a black person in position of power. So he pulled Terence Crawford over for quote-unquote reckless driving. And as he approached the car, he decided to lie on his report, because as he approached the car, he stated that he saw a firearm on the floor panel. Come to find out, Terence Crawford informed him as he approached the driver's side door where Terence Crawford was driving, and in the passenger side was Terence Crawford's head security guard. In the back was Coach Malachi, and a young lady was on the side of Coach Malachi in the back seat. And Terence Crawford has legal firearms, and of course his security has legal firearms. They informed the officer that they have legal firearms in the vehicle. He then brandished his firearm, pointed at Terence Crawford's face, and then got very aggressive as Terence Crawford got, and his security and everybody in the vehicle, Coach Malachi, got nervous because he started to show the actions and body language of somebody that wanted to do something completely left. And now, in the police report that has been obtained by the community and released and leaked, he never puts about the reckless driving. He never puts speeding.
Amir Khan, the former world champion, voiced his support for Terence Crawford, stressing that no controversy can diminish his achievements. Khan praised Crawford's unmatched skill and relentless drive, saying he always knew Terence would rise to become one of boxing's greatest. He noted that the recent Omaha incident does nothing to tarnish Crawford's legacy, which is already secure through years of dominance and discipline. Khan argued that any effort to discredit or pressure Crawford cannot change the truth. His greatness is undeniable. For many fans, Khan's message was reassuring, a reminder that genuine talent and character always endure, long after public criticism and temporary distractions fade away.
I knew that Crawford's going to win. You see, when I watched Crawford train back in Omaha, Nebraska, and when I was in Colorado Springs, he came into my camp, he helped me out a little bit, but at the same time, I seen him sparring some heavyweight guys. I seen him wrestling some heavy big guys, and I thought, wow. So I asked him, I go, look, do you have like a wrestling background? He goes, yeah, well, like state champion. So that showed to me that this guy is a solid, strong person. Like, no one can push him around. No one can dictate. No one's going to put pressure on him where he's going to feel hurt, because he knows how to control the ring. When it comes to box IQ, like, his IQ in boxing is probably the best. I mean, he knows what punch to throw. He knows how to maneuver these heavier, big hitters, and also take away their power and put his own shots in. So yeah, he's up there, one of the best ever, really.
You know, as an ex-fighter champion, I'm just curious. We heard yesterday, Dana White says he's not going to acknowledge the WBC, IBF, WBO. He's going to have his own belt and the ring belt, and they want to potentially make changes to the Ali Act as well. This is a big thing here in America. How do you feel about? Is it time to make these changes and evolve, or are you more old school and think they shouldn't happen?
Ariel, I think it's the time boxing needed to change a little bit. Right.
The differing accounts of that night created a deep divide in public perception. While the Omaha Police Department portrayed the incident as a standard traffic stop for reckless driving, those with Terence Crawford described a far more alarming experience. His head of security called the encounter terrifying, accusing the officers of escalating the situation with excessive and unnecessary force. These contrasting narratives sparked debate about transparency, accuracy, and accountability within law enforcement. For many observers, it became difficult to reconcile the calm, procedural tone of the official report with the fear and tension described by those who lived through the ordeal first.
The police report, but now we got information from Terence Crawford, his own team, and they're saying something completely different. If you listen, his head of security, Shabazz, said he was shaken up. He was like, I thought we were going to get popped by the cops that night. And crazy enough, he teaches classes on how to de-escalate and deal with police officers. So, you know, at least that's what they're saying his credentials are. So he knows how to de-escalate situations and still had a problem with Omaha PD. And the other thing that is different, he's saying that they didn't even know that he had a gun on him, or there was no gun on the floorboard, which changes things. So I can't wait till we get down to the nitty-gritty and the body cams and this and that, because now this shakes things up. This is no longer the story we were being fed from TMZ. This is something different. The TMZ article said the cops pulled him over for reckless driving, fair if he was doing it, and seen a gun. And in my video, I said, if those things are true, then yeah, the cop can take you out the car for everybody's safety, including their own.
City officials moved swiftly to respond to the growing public outcry following Terence Crawford's traffic stop. Both Omaha's mayor and the city's police chief released statements acknowledging community concerns and pledging a full internal affairs investigation to ensure transparency and accountability. They emphasized their commitment to fairness and maintaining public trust. However, many residents remained skeptical, feeling the official narrative downplayed the seriousness of the encounter, while the announcement of an investigation was seen as a necessary first step. Public confidence hinged on whether the city's actions would align with its promises. Analysts noted that the situation reflected broader societal tensions. The friction that often emerges when an individual's rise to prominence challenges long-standing institutional authority and reshapes how power is perceived within a community.
The police department put out this statement. The mayor put out a statement as well. Really no meat to it, except like he's going to do an internal investigation. Everything else felt a little political. Okay, Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Police Chief Todd Schmaderer, are aware of a video circulating on social media regarding the traffic stop involving Terence Bud Crawford early Sunday morning. Chief has authorized an internal affairs investigation. Shortly before 1:30 a.m., officers working in the downtown area observed a vehicle driving recklessly near North 12th and Capitol Avenue. A traffic stop was conducted at Cass Street. So he's pulled over because they said he's driving recklessly. All right. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. I'm going to read that sentence to you again. While speaking with the driver, an officer observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard. That is important. For safety, all 4 occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver was later identified as Mr. Crawford upon verification of his driver's license and was issued a citation for reckless driving. One passenger, a member of Mr. Crawford's security team, was also found to be carrying a legal firearm. Okay, so that's 2 guns in the car, legally. Police have confirmed that all occupants are legally permitted to carry firearms. The police supervisor and lieutenant responded to the scene at Mr. Crawford's request. So he requested the supervisor and lieutenant to show up. Okay.
Observers argue that those in established positions of authority often feel threatened when others rise to prominence, especially when that rise earns widespread public admiration. In this context, some analysts believe the Omaha traffic stop was about more than just a driving violation. It symbolized a deeper struggle between individual achievement and entrenched power structures. This, they suggested, reflected a timeless reality. People who ascend to influence frequently face resistance from those accustomed to control. The number of commentators also raised concerns about underlying prejudice, questioning whether the incident was shaped solely by standard police procedure or influenced by broader social dynamics. While most avoided overt accusations, many expressed that Crawford's experience echoed a wider pattern, where individuals are judged not only by their actions, but also by perceptions tied to identity. These discussions stirred powerful emotions among Crawford supporters, who saw the event as unjust and unnecessary. Yet regardless of perspective, one conclusion emerged clearly. The episode ignited a broader dialogue about justice, fairness, and equality, prompting communities to reflect on how authority interacts with those who rise from within to represent success, pride, and independence.
Also, incumbent for me to say that it will not be lost on a lot of people that Terence Crawford, being obviously a black man, being pulled over by cops in such fashion and treated in such a seemingly harsh way, will not go down well with a lot of people, especially in the black community, where, let's be honest, there has been tensions over the years between the police and the black community throughout many American towns and cities. So let's be honest, this incident will do nothing to improve relations between those two groups, that's for sure. Because make no mistake, this is an incident that could have gone very left, very, very left, and someone could have got hurt, maybe even fatally hurt. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because we've seen in the past where incidents of this nature have ended up very badly. So yeah, there's a lot of people who are very upset by this incident. As I said, I've not heard anything from Terence Crawford or anyone related to Terence Crawford, anyone to do with his inner circle. I would imagine he'll be releasing a statement soon. There are some people online who are suggesting that Terence Crawford may have grounds to sue. There are others saying that he might not want to sue because Terence Crawford is a much loved member of the Omaha, Nebraska community, and he does a lot of work for the city, so he may not want to sue the city. However, it'll be interesting to see how this one gets resolved.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates. Until next time,